The Four Keys of Alchemy. Watery moon magic dances with our subconscious, deep down where our unfathomable wisdom dwells. Let's dive into the second element in the equation, the water in our personality and in our emotions. Hello, my name is May Edwards, and I'm so glad you stopped by. If you'd like to start with the beginning of the alchemical process, alchemical fire, you can find the series here where we kick off our exploration of the alchemical equation. Using alchemy as our metaphor, we can recognize aspects of water in our psychology. There's so much I want to share with you about alchemical water. I kind of feel giddy and overwhelmed with waves of joy. Perhaps my affinity for water is because I'm a Cancerian and that my chart has 11 aspects of water. And I've noticed about myself and others a sort of patriotism that we can tend to have towards an element, say myself and how I adore water. And for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, for example, nodding emphatically when I share how powerful, reliable, and grounding Earth is. I even know of one fire sign, a Sagittarius, who cannot help but feel put out by anyone who is a water sign. Though it's humorous to notice how we may favor the element corresponding to our sun sign, the true aim in alchemy is, as Paracelsus described in the Revelation of Hermes, a skillful, perfect equation of all the elements. We concentrate on having a balance of the four metaphorical elements in our psyche, and then all four of those elements are regulated by a fifth element, ether or divine spirit. The second element, born from the act of creation, is water. In alchemy, Aristotle labeled water as cold, wet, contracting, and magnetic. Water is represented by the color blue. The water element promotes the substance for the life of all organisms. Our planet is made up of 71% water, and our bodies are made up of 60% water. Our brains and our heart are composed of 73% water, and our lungs, surprisingly, are about 83% water. Our skin is 64% water, and even our bones are watery at 31%. The nature of water is to give life. Water is a nurturing element, and yet at the same time, water is a solvent with properties of disintegration, dissolution, and catabolism, all resulting in the breaking down of the complex. Water is represented by a downward pointing triangle, and this downward pointing triangle, its apex shows water to be the opposite of the volatile fire element. The symbol is sometimes said to resemble a cup for holding liquid. Water is feminine, and it is often linked to the alchemical symbol of Mercury. Water is resilient and adaptive, from breathtaking waterfalls to a crashing wave. Water can then morph into steam and then transform into completely solid ice. The ancients taught that water was birthed out of fire, perhaps due to the shape-shifting attributes that water possesses. They believed the water element was hidden in the belly of the fire element, and by the process known as oxidation, our water element can be formed from our fire element. This new substance, born from the passing of its sibling, is diametric in its qualities to the original substance. So understandably, water is, to the alchemist, representative of the fluidity of spirit into consciousness. Water is the feminine, life-giving waters of our mother's womb, birthing us into physical existence. It is a sexual energy connected to an undercurrent. It is a powerful conduit for intuition and Though not completely accurate, I do associate water with Yesod on the Tree of Life, the ninth Sephira, which is governed by the moon. Mercury is the more accurate portrayal, but I do relate moon to water. The wisdom of water encourages us to be invincible through resilience. Water is also equated to love, and as the saying goes, love always wins. I often say to myself this mantra, I move with the confidence of water. Water sets an example for us. The vast, serene lake then unleashes itself as an insistent river, twisting and turning, seeking her way back to her ocean of origin. And so must we be devotedly adaptive and trusting like that on the path given to us by the divine. The water element in your psychology or spirit can mean you are strongly directed by your emotions. You are sensitive. You have a keen memory. You are affected by the energies around you. You are moved to bring art, love, music, and joy to the world. Your intuition never steers you wrong. You feel compassion for others. You long to heal others through various modalities, but especially through creativity. The traits of the water element are daring, reminiscing, intuitive, mysterious, sensitive, empathetic, psychic, dreamy, creative, naive, assertive, determined, resourceful, confident, and caring. Water represents waves of emotions, and this emotional water can flow with an unstoppable force. So there needs to be a practice in place to regulate emotions. Being observant of our emotions alone and not being swept up in them completely is very important, along with journaling, which helps the observation, and meditate, where we can watch how we're feeling and treat it like weather that's changing. These are ways to stay buoyant and not drag down into the undercurrent of our overwhelming feelings of perhaps sadness. If the water element drifts into the shadowy depths, we can be brooding, self-serving, moody, stagnant, boundary blurring, and the most karmically expensive of all, please avoid, emotionally manipulative. It's especially important to care for our emotions. Your feelings are sacred. Your heart matters. So feel supported and encouraged to search out why you may be feeling in a manner, and look for how to bring true kindness to yourself, a self-care that will heal you and calm you and set your future up for better and brighter possibilities. You are more loved than you will ever realize by the angelic realm alone. So please call on these beautiful beings to help transform your situation or your thoughts. They respond eagerly to help. They respond eagerly to the God spark in you. And as an alchemist or someone who works with mysticism to transform oneself, this video is created for you to contemplate the water aspects within yourself, for you to think about how the water aspect within you is presenting, and if it's in a manner pleasing and helpful to your life's goals. Remember, we're all works in progress as we endeavor in being rooted and stable in all kinds of weather. I pray the loving kindness of water permeate us here, rippling out to others, filling your hearts with the emotions of pure divine love. Until next time, I wish you love and light. Please be so good to yourself for me.